Okay guys, so welcome to this video update. For the previous video I did post on buying the euro and selling the US dollar index, and it's starting to play out quite nicely in the market. So just remember, the euro makes up 60% of the dollar index. So when we got the euro getting stronger against the dollar, that really does drag the dollar index lower in the markets. And we have two trades we can take. We can buy the euro and we can sell the dollar index. Now we know the fundamentals causing dollar weakness, not just against the euro, but across the currency spectrum. And this is why the dollar, when it's when you look at the dollar index, which remember is a dollar against a basket of 6 currencies making up the euro, pound, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, Swedish krona, and the Canadian dollar. All these currencies are getting stronger against the dollar, so the dollar's getting weaker. And the fundamentals are lower interest rates in the United States, and of course the US being a net importer of goods. And they have a negative current account balance. So that means more dollars are going into supply to the rest of the world. The money's coming into the US. And then that means the rest of world currency reserves of US dollars are increasing. And an exchange rate is basically one country's rest of world reserves against another country's rest of world reserves as a ratio. And that creates the exchange rate value. And of course, at the moment, with this huge stimulus package coming in the US next year, that will mean that money will find its way abroad and weaken the dollar further. And that's the fundamental reason behind the dollar getting weaker and dragging the dollar index lower, and of course dragging the euro higher. So we can buy the euro against the US dollar with an upside target of around 125. We have to give the market a 1 month stop loss, volatility stop loss, which is historically around 3.2%. So that gives us enough room to not get stopped out the trade. We can look at an upside target of around 125 in the market. So that's the trade setup we have for the euro USD. And then again, if not, we can just sell the dollar index, which is probably more of a safer trade because the dollar's getting weaker across the board. So the dollar index should continue to move to the low side. And we can target around 88 for this downside target. So there we go. That's our trade update for euro USD and the dollar index.